If you're just not feeling the look of your factory halogen taillights on your 2020 through 2023 Silverado 2500 HD, these LED taillights with the black housing and red and clear lenses are a great choice to consider. Now, this set of taillights keeps the design of the lights very sleek with the black housing to darken up the look if you want a more subtle and stealthy design, but also integrates modern LEDs for a pop of red where you need them. Now, the fiber optic style look and the brightness of the taillights offer some better function over the halogen setup and are a great replacement if you're looking for better performance, especially at an affordable price point. This set's biggest feature here is the dark look and the pretty simple design that they have. Now, these feature a dark black housing for the base, as I mentioned, a clear lens on top, and red lenses over the fiber optic style light bars on the inside of the light. Now, the red lens keeps more of that traditional look to the light itself and helps to enhance the high output of the LEDs inside to make sure that your Silverado is more noticed while you're out on the street. Now, the lens in the center, however, is clear all the way through. That houses the reverse bulb, making this more of a hybrid design, allowing for a slight improvement in the reverse light thanks to the upgraded reflectors and the new bulb. Now, these have a plastic housing and a polished tough plastic lens on the front, both being resistant to the elements over time and molded for a direct fit with no questions asked. Now, the construction is also very efficient with the LED build being high output, but also drawing low energy for a maintenance-free design, considering that these are very long lasting. Now, the lights are also DOT and SAE compliant and completely plug and play for a very simple installation, keeping some peace of mind that there won't be any hassle involved when upgrading to this set. Now, this set of taillights is about $325 and is fairly affordable compared to other choices in the category. Now, the hybrid construction and the more subtle OE-inspired appearance helps with keeping this set more cost-effective compared to other full LED or flashy style options. Now, I think if you want to increase the performance and modernize the style of the rear end of the truck and you want a darker appearance to a set of taillights, this is a fantastic option for you. Install here is very easy. It's a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and should only take about 20 minutes or so to get these installed on the truck. Now, at this point, I'm going to hand it over to one of our installers. They're going to show you a detailed breakdown on how you can put these onto your heavy-duty Silverado at home. So that wraps it up for what I have to say. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
For this install, you will need a ratchet, a T15 Torx bit, a small pry tool, and a pair of needle nose pliers. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing some taillights on our Silverado, so let's get started. All right, so to get your factory taillights out, you want to start by opening your tailgate. That's going to expose your 2 mounting screws, which are these 2 T15 Torx screws on the inside of your tailgate area. To get those out, we're going to grab our T15 Torx bit on our ratchet and remove those. Make sure not to drop them. So now we're going to pull our taillight out of the bucket area. So we're going to pull straight back. These do tend to get a little bit caught up on this tab, so you need to pull them out. All right, so now that we have our taillight itself out of the bucket area, we can access our bed light plug. That's the first one we're going to need to disconnect. Now, it does have a safety tab on it that we're going to need to release first. So if you want to grab like a 90-degree pick or a small pry tool, flathead screwdriver, we're going to get in there, undo that, and then it's still really difficult to get, so we're going to use our needle nose pliers to grab onto that plug and disconnect that. So now that we're close up, we're going to give you an overview of what you got in here because it is very hard to see. So you can see the 2-wire connector going to the back of our bed light. You can faintly see behind there the red safety tab. That's what we need to release before we can use our needle nose pliers and unplug it. So I've got my pry tool. I'm going to get in there. See if that popped loose enough to get the connector out. And we'll grab our needle nose and unplug that. All right, so now we've come underneath the truck, right behind our spare tire and in between our hitch. You're gonna find the rest of your harness that plugs into the body side for your taillight. We're gonna need to unplug that. So again, it has a safety tab. Just pop that back, push down, and unplug that. And now we can pull our entire harness and taillight assembly out. Now that we have our harness unplugged, we're going to grab it and pull it through our taillight bucket area. Sometimes it gets caught up, so don't just yank it out. If you need to go back under and free it up, do so now. Now we've come back out, and since our connector is unplugged, we can pull the rest of our harness out. Now once you have this side out, you can repeat the same process for the other side. So now we've got our new taillight assembly with our new harness. We're going to send our connector that goes onto the chassis side, as well as our ballast connector, through our taillight bucket area back down to where our OEM one was. We'll get this in place, we'll plug our bed light in and bolt this back down, then we'll go underneath and plug everything in. So we'll send our main connector through. Bring our taillight over to the area. Now don't forget to plug your bed light itself back in. Again, this is hard to see, but you just want to plug that right back into your bed light. Make sure you lock your tab in. Tuck our excess wiring. Now we can bolt our taillight back up reusing our factory T15 screws. So we'll get these started by hand. And we'll bring back our T15 Torx bit and our ratchet and tighten these down. All right, so now we're back underneath the truck, and the first thing we're going to do is plug our adapter into our ballast plug. And once we have that on, we can plug our two ballasts into our connectors. Once we have those in, we can send our harness back over to the factory location. Tuck our ballasts, just get them out of the way for now. Once we have this over, we're going to plug this into our factory connector and lock that safety tab back down. And we can send our ballast over so they're up and out of the way. Now once you have this side installed, you can repeat the same process for the other side. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our LED taillights with black housings and red and clear lenses for your 20 to 23 Silverado 2500 HD and 3500 with factory halogen taillights. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Silverado, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.